Evil, we have been told for almost 3 centuries, doesn't make sense. It's irrational. Meanwhile, good and moral things are always associated with being reasonable. But this association of reason with good is wishful thinking. If you know you can get away with it, or simply judge that the benefits of doing something illegal or immoral outweigh the risk of being caught, why not do it? If you want to maintain a fascist dictatorship, then it's rational to risk your life on its behalf. Asked if he would kill a baby, a distinguished professor of philosophy at Princeton University responded, quote, "Yes," unquote. Can you offer a purely rational reason why the professor is wrong? The baby would just be a burden on the parents and the state. Babies are not good. They're entirely self-centered. I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted. And if you do not do all these things immediately, I will ruin your life. That's not goodness. That's narcissism. We are born narcissists, preoccupied with number one, ourselves. Good luck to all of you. I'm Dennis Prager. Why do people commit evil? Because it's easy to, because it's tempting to, and yes, because it often accords with human nature. If you do something bad, it is not important that you meant well. So spend much less time monitoring your motives. The ultimate statement of counterculture and individual strength in America today is to take the God of Judaism and Christianity seriously. I want to be happy. Here's one that will make you think. Imagine you're walking on a beach with the dog you love, when all of a sudden you look out at the water and you see your dog drowning. And imagine, too, that at the same time, about 100 feet from your dog, a person you don't know, a stranger, is also drowning. Now, which would you try to save first? The answer is obvious. It's neither. You know, I'm really sad. I had this problem at work today. I have this problem with my marriage. I have this problem with my kid. I have this problem with my parents. Most of what is missing in our lives cannot be replaced. Gee, why can't my kid study as hard, or be as polite, or be as bright, or be as good looking, or be as athletic? I had very, very powerful images, if I may be personal, and it'll help here to be personal because I have gone through this. I imagined that I would be happily married, never divorced, have 4 perfect children sitting around the table discussing politics and theology at every meal. Well, it didn't quite turn out that way. I was divorced. I was divorced with a child. And my kids didn't always want to talk about theology and politics. Sometimes they didn't want to talk at all. Sometimes they wanted to talk about sports or about music that I couldn't stand. Now, I had to realize very early in my life that I would be miserable the rest of my life. And this is true for just about everybody. Very few people live out the image that they had assumed their life would follow and become. I would like to apprise you of some important changes coming to our school. First, I will not authorize clubs. Clubs cultivate narcissism, an unhealthy preoccupation with the self, while the purpose of education is narcissism. Second, if you want classes taught, this is not the right school for you. Third, there will be a dress code at this school, and you will address all teachers. Fourth, the N-word will be tolerated anywhere on this school's property. Fifth, we will end all self-esteem. Sixth and last, this school will have failed if any of you graduate considering him or herself lucky to be alive. In recent decades, I have been wished happy holidays. When I respond, I often sense that I've actually created some tension. I utter the C word. It borders on the misanthropic, not to mention the mean-spirited, to want to deny nearly all of your fellow citizens the joy of having Christmas parties or being wished a Merry Christmas. So please say Merry Christmas and Christmas party and Christmas vacation. If you don't, you're not inclusive. You're hurtful. I'm Dennis Prager. Are you more valuable than a dog or a cat, or for that matter, a tree? No, human beings are only material beings, and therefore not worth anything. What photographs could you show? What measurements could you provide that prove that the earth is round? The fact is, you can't. Only if there is a God who says murder is wrong, is murder wrong? This life is filled with an immeasurable amount of injustice and suffering. We don't live on. Period. Let's be honest enough to acknowledge that. None of us will ever again be with those we most love and who love us. Neither anyone murdered nor any murderer will ever receive ultimate justice. This life is a meaningless crapshoot. The thought that this life is all there is means that torturers get away with the horrors they have engaged in. It means that this life is random and pointless. And it means that I will never again see anyone I love. This would drive me mad. I'm Dennis Prager. Thank you for watching this video. Prager U is a nonprofit, and we rely on donations from people like you. So please consider making a donation to help keep our videos free. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it.
We here at Prager U are 1776% sure that the whole world should be grateful for American exceptionalism and all of the things that America has given the world, including the human genome.